Buffalo Bills top 10 running backs. Number 10, Willis McGahee. And this guy was the shit in Miami. Tore up his knee in the national championship game. Had to sit out an entire year. He came off that knee injury with a chip on his shoulder. Came back and rushed for 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards the next year, and he went on to have a good career. Number 9, and before you're like, oh, whoa, who is this guy? He was the lead blocker for O.J. Simpson. Simpson constantly praised Braxton and said it was only possible because of him. So we got to give him his flowers. 8, and I used to love watching this guy run, Travis Henry. 5'9", 215, just a load. 2002 and 2003, he was one of the best running backs in football. Speaking of best running backs in football, number 7, James Cook. I wanted to put James higher, but I didn't want to get carried away with what he did last year. Last year, he was unbelievable. He led the league in rushing. Another big year, and there'll be no choice but to put him higher. Number 6, underrated, durable, and undrafted, Fred Jackson. Not prolific, but dependable and a fan favorite. All right, into the top 5. Now, speaking of fan favorites, this gentleman is beloved in the state of Alabama, and that's Joe Cribbs. This guy was a complete running back before that was really a normal thing. Came out of college and took the league by storm. Now you see a Pro Bowl, but then the USFL became a thing. And Cribbs, who was becoming a superstar, wanted to go and get more money. The Bills took him to court. They sued him. They won. He couldn't go play. And when he finally made it back to Buffalo in the NFL, he wasn't the same player. Definitely one of the biggest what-ifs in Buffalo Bills history. Now, number 4, LaShawn McCoy. Chip Kelly in Philadelphia traded LaShawn McCoy to the Bills for the 2015 season for Kiko Alonso. Why? No one really knows. But he got to Buffalo and had something to prove. In 2016, he put together one of the best seasons by a Bills running back. 5.4 yards a 13 touchdowns. He came to Buffalo and put a bow on his Canton resume. Number 3, Cookie Gilchrist. Look how big he was. 6'3", 251 in the 60s, in the early 60s. They didn't make people that big back then. He came in as a rookie, led the league in rushing, led the league in touchdowns, first team All-Pro. He was the MVP the next year. The Bills won the championship the following year. Again, this is in the AFL, but still. No, he didn't go to college and was denied entry into the NFL at age 18. And he went to Canada and played running back for Toronto for several years until he was let into the AFL. It's crazy. Number 2, Hall of Famer from Houston, Texas, went to Willow Ridge High School, Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas fell to the second round in the draft in 1988, and it was a steal for Buffalo. Because look what happens. In 89 to 93, Pro Bowl every year, All-Pro every year. 1991, dude went off. 2,000 yards from scrimmage, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Pro Bowler, led the league in yards per carry. I think people forget how good Thurman Thomas was. He was Marshall Faulk before Marshall Faulk. One of the most complete running backs in NFL history. Number 1, Orenthal James Simpson. Yeah, I know, but I don't care. Just look what he did, okay? Look at 1972 to about 1976. This is wild. 2,000 yards, 1,800 yards, 6 yards a carry, 5.5 yards a carry. First team All-Pro 5 years in a row. He did all of this in just 14 games a season. 14 games. You know, O.J. was a late bloomer. He didn't really explode until he got to Lou Saban in Buffalo. And they took his Olympic level speed and they unleashed it. You know, O.J. may not have been a saint off the field, but the unavoidable truth is he may be one of the top 3 or 4 best running backs to ever play football. So we just can't ignore it. So there it is, folks. This is my top 10. I really like it. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. Let me see your top 10. Let's peek at some stats just for a little context. Simpson, 5 first-team All-Pros, damn. Simpson, 6 Pro Bowls, Thomas 5, and look at James Cook already with 3. And here, career rushing. Now Thomas edges out Simpson. Thurman had more rushing touchdowns too. Now yards per attempt, Cook 5.1 for his career. Now single season stats, 93, they ran the shit out of Thurman Thomas, 355 attempts. We know about Simpson in the 2,000 yards. We know about Thurman going off in the early 90s. What I'm impressed by, and I'll say it again, James Cook, Thurman and OJ, and then boom, James Cook right in the middle. And Travis Henry, his 2 big years. He was a specimen. Here we go, yards per carry. Simpson, 6 yards a carry. It's insane. Look at this. This is why I put OJ over Thurman. If you look at yards a game, 143, that's insane. 129, 107. Yeah, it's dominance is what that is. And look at Thurman with his 600 plus receiving yards, 3 times. Total touchdowns, gosh, Simpson had 23 in 1975. James Cook, and Cook is knocking on the door. But yeah, there's our 10. Again, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what your 10 is. Let me know if you agree, disagree. OJ, Thurman, I think it's OJ. Tell Marshawn to call me. You know.